Hey, don't let nobody lie to you. Being a family man and being a working man is the greatest kind of man you could ever be. On top of that, a man of God. You want to waste your life chasing the cares of this life when you find out at the end that the cares of this life mean nothing. The money, the women, the cars, the clothes. You want to act like these rap stars, MTV Cribs, chasing whatever you chasing, man. Street cred, certain levels of reputation, a certain level of status, a certain level of popularity, when you really could be living a life with purpose and meaning. Being a family man, being a hardcore working man, being a man of God, something that means something that holds weight, something that sticks to the ribs with substance. Don't you want to live your destiny? Don't you want to be something of significance in this life? Because everything else outside of significance is dust in the wind. We waste our life chasing things of this life that means nothing at the end of life. For only God knows the number of man as far as his life. For the days of man is like a flower flourishing in the field, and one day the wind blows and it's gone. We don't know how long we're going to be on this earth. We got to have some type of life purpose. But you have to make your own decision, homeboy. Because ain't nobody going to hold your hand and baby you. I get up every day and I make a decision. I want to live a life worth remembering, worth telling at the dinner table. And one day if I have a son, I want my son to look at me and say, man, Papi was a great man. He was a great man of God. He was a great father, great husband. He was a great leader. He did great things. He has his name on the side of a business. One day this business will be mine. You know what that does? That gives your children identity before they even know what the word identity is. You know what that does? That gives your daughter a sense of security in what a man is before she even knows what the word security even is. You could literally teach your son and daughter how to be men and women before they even learn how to spell the word correctly. With the life you live with example on earth right now. And it's best to do it while you're young. We gotta really stop waiting until we're old and gray to get our stuff together. And then the elderly people really have to bite their tongue and stop polluting the youth by telling them, you got time, you're young, you can afford to make mistakes. No, you cannot. That's not even in the Bible. God has never even spoke that in nobody's ear. God has never even put that in nobody's hearts, in the creation of man. We don't have time. We can't afford to make mistakes. And no, we're not young. We're getting old every single day. Youth don't last forever. Once you hit 30, you pretty much middle age. From there going forward, you're going into maturity and adulthood. Once you hit 40 and 50, you're pretty much getting old now. We don't have time. Plus, your first 18 years of your life, you're in school. Maybe 25 years if you go to college. You don't have any youth to spare. Youth has been taken from you from the day of creation with this democracy system. A man of God, a family man, a hardworking man is the greatest man that you could ever be. But you have to make your own decision, homeboy. You can keep chasing the cares of this life until one day you die and nobody even cares about your life. You can get the money, have all the women you can handle, have the cars, have the MTV Cribs, live the flashy life, pop the bottles and live this big VIP popular life. But I promise you, when you die, nobody's gonna remember your life. It's like a favorite song. Once the DJ starts playing the song, it's over. On to the next song. Some people are gonna have one-hit wonder song type of life. Once you die and it's over and everybody moves on, nobody cares about you no more. They go to your funeral in 4 or 5 hours, they only caring about what to eat. They're only caring about what they're going to do tomorrow on their day off or tomorrow back at work. People are not holding on to your memory. We live in a society where people care about celebrities more than they care about you. And you want to know why? Because celebrities are living a life worth remembering. A celebrity is doing something so extraordinary that it becomes an anomaly. But to the average, to the mediocre, we get blown and forgotten like the dust in the wind. And that's why I'm trying to tell these young boys, use it while you can. For the glory of a young man is his strength. God gave you strength for a reason. Nobody has the strength of man. So you have to use it while you have it and build something while you can, and then you could give it to your son and your daughter. You could share it with your wife. Live a life worth remembering. Live a life worth living. I got up at 4 in the morning. It's about what, 11 p.m.? I'm not tired. I want to keep going because I'm living a life that's worth something. I don't like to sleep. Even though I need it, I am extremely tired, but I'm angry that I got to go to sleep because I'm living a life of promise. I'm living a life of integrity. I'm living a life that one day, if I could win, I told my mother just now, I said, I feel like a loser, but sooner or later, I will be a winner. No, Poppy, you're not a loser. You are a winner. But a mother's always going to say that. She's always going to encourage. But to me, I'm a loser. You know, in my current situation that I'm going through, I didn't want to have to take that loss. To bounce back from the dirt and start over again from nothing. Do you know how hard that is? But I got to do it. When you go down to dirt, there's nothing left to do but planting a seed in the dirt. Maybe God wanted me to go back to the dirt to plant a seed in the dirt and start over from scratch from the dirt when life began. Life began from the dirt. I want to speak life into the men watching. And if you're a woman, you could translate it to your womanhood. Live a life of purpose. The video is more leaning towards men because I want men to start being fathers and husbands. I want men to start being leaders, accountability figures. People, accountability, somebody who is a figure of accountability. When you walk into the building, people know you're trustworthy. People know you're reliable. It's nothing like a man walking in the building. When I walk into the building, not to brag, I could just feel the eyes on me. I could just feel the energy, how people talk to me, how people treat me, how people cater to me, because they know I'm a good person. And it took many, many years of cultivation to get to this level. When you look at a man that has been through a lot of battles to get to his glory, you don't treat that man like nothing else. You give that man his respect, his recognition, his acknowledgement, and all your undivided attention. Because he has lived a life worth remembering. He has lived a life worth you hearing his story. There's nothing like going home. I learned this from my father, man. It's just, my father chose marriage and children over money. But then I saw the struggle going up. I saw that whoa, one feather to break the camel's back. And I didn't like that at all. I saw that even the middle class is only one block away from the hood. And I gotta be in the streets almost every day, going to school, going to work, going to the basketball court, going to the gym, going to Walmart, because middle class don't save nobody. So I said, I'm gonna go for the money. I'm gonna go for the business. I'm gonna go for the success first. I know a wife is important. I know a son and a daughter is important. I know the greatest wealth given to man was a long life, a beautiful wife, an intelligent wife, Proverbs 31, and very strong, healthy children. The more children, the better. And there's no fear with having multiple children from the same woman, because Deuteronomy 28 says, blessed be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy ground, if you keep God's commandments and statutes. So that's a promise right there. To me, it's easy. God said it, I believe it, and I wait for him to do it. But as I'm waiting, I'm working hard to get it done. I'm doing my part to get it done. It's like God saying, I'm going to bless you with a new car, but first you need a driveway. You think I'm going to ask God to give me the driveway? I'm going to make the driveway myself. And then when the driveway is complete, hey Lord, where's my car? You see how this really works? I always tell people to get to work. God said he's going to give you a house, then go buy the land. Hey God, here's the deed. Where's the house? God said to go build the business, then you go get the education for the business. Hey God, I got the degree. Where's the business? It's always a fit. It's always a partnership. It's always a partnership. You're going to wait until you're 40 and 50? God, I'm still waiting. When did God ever say wait? We wait in the spirit. We don't wait physically, because that'll be just laziness. That'll be procrastination. And you wonder why we lose the youth at a rapid pace, and we can't understand. My grandma was born in 1930. That was an era. There was some good times. We're not going to talk about the slavery between the whites and the colored, but there was some good, pure times. It was structure. It was order. My dad was born in the 50s. So was my mother. Structure. There was order. I was born in 91. I still a little bit of structure. A little bit of order. Now look at the kids born in the 95 and up, 2000 and up. There's no structure. There's no order. We're going to lose them because we don't have practical information, practical evidence, practical example, legitimate businesses and wealth to give these people, to entice the people, to persuade them, to attract them, to make them be a disciple unto our mentorship. We have nothing to offer the youth. That's why for the men out there, there's nothing greater in this world than being a family man, a working man, and a man of God. And that combination. Because if you don't be that, very blunt, you're going to waste your life. There's nothing in this life that's worthy enough to give your entire existence. They say the average man lives to 75 years old. 18 years is in high school. So you lost that right there. Another 25 years, you sleep away. If you sleep 8 hours a day, now you got about maybe 25 years of living to get something done in this life before you die. No judgment, but man, my brothers, don't you want to put the alcohol down, the weed down, the sex down, the video games down, all the nonsense down, and start chasing a dream? Don't you got a dream? Don't you want to live? Don't you want to be something? And then when you have a son and a daughter, don't you want to give them something? Don't you want to walk home and say, Daddy's home? You know, Papi's home. The man in the house is home. Your wife is sitting pretty. Your son is behaving. Your daughter's behaving. And everybody's in order because you built this. There's a certain touch of a man. The children don't run nothing. The women don't run nothing. It's just you and God running the show, and your wife is in glory. Your son is in glory. Your daughter's in glory. Your future is in glory. Anybody disagrees with me, then you are a fool. Because the opposite of glory is hell. I don't know about y'all, but I want to live in glory. I don't want to live in hell. I don't want to die and be a dust in the wind. Somebody said, Jay, when I die, I want to be cremated. Now, why would you want to do that? God spilled his blood and bought you with a price. And you want to burn your body down in the dust and ashes, cast it to the wind, or put it in a jar. You're disrespecting yourself and the life you lived as a human being. No, I want my body in the grave, a proper burial, a proper honor. I want my name there, because that says I was here. I lived, I conquered. I have a story. This is my date from birth to death. And maybe every year or every so often, if I lived a great enough life, people will pay me tribute to my memorial. I've never met anybody who was cremated who was ever remembered. This is my vase. Ain't nobody walking around with ashes in their house like that, man. You gotta live a life worth remembering. Bruce Lee said the key to immortality is to live a life worth remembering. But you have to get up every day and make these memories. Ain't nobody gonna make them for you. I get up every day and I try to do something great. I get up every day and I say today's gonna be a phenomenal day. Yesterday probably was a terrible day. Today may have some terrible things, but I always get up and I speak into existence. Today is gonna be a great day. I expect something miraculous, something big, something full of favor in my life to happen today. And it's all leading towards something. I am building something. They tell me, Jay, you single. I ain't single. I'm married to my business, to my legacy, to my future. I'm building something big. Did I make a few falls? Yeah. Did I fail a couple times? Of course I have. But I keep getting back up from ground zero. I go from a hero to a zero many times, but I get back up from zero. And I just want to do something magnificent upon the earth. Something that holds weight. They said the fight, right? Nate Diaz versus the other Cuban guy. In order for them to sell out a fight, in order for these fighters to get a payday worth something, they had to bring The Rock on. Dwayne Johnson had to be the announcer and the title giver. Like when somebody wins, he'll give the title, he'll announce the fight, he'll be like the show host. If it wasn't for The Rock, they wouldn't have sold the fight. Madison Square Garden, they sold out because The Rock was there. You know why? Because The Rock lived a life worth remembering. The Rock did things in his life that were extraordinary that the normal man probably cannot do because they don't put the discipline and work ethic and time to achieve. So two fighters, and these fighters have been fighting and working for over 15, 20 years, and they still not getting the recognition they deserve until they got somebody that the whole world knows. The Rock is known, he's a global international star. That's what I'm trying to say, man. He wasn't playing with his life. Since he was a little boy, he had a dream, and all he did was work that dream. We have so many great men out here, and you throw away your life. I seen a video for one of this Puerto Rican guys I kind of know, dancing with a Hennessy bottle in his hand. And I'm like, that don't even look cool on you no more. Maybe I got different eyes, but it doesn't look cool anymore. I mean, it never was cool, but I know where I come from. At a certain point in my life, when I was probably 19 years old, I would have had the Henny bottle, chilling with him, trying to act cool. But it's a certain time when you got to grow up. I'm turning 29 in February. He's about my age. What are you doing almost hitting 30 with the Henny going up? You don't look cool no more, homeboy. You look like an old man who's a fool when you should have a wife and a couple kids and a legacy in the making. You don't look cool anymore. Chasing girls and all that, hurting these girls. You don't look cool anymore. Everything has to be with some type of purpose in life. My mindset, God woke me up with a new mindset today. I was seeing the world out of a different lens. It was a shock to me. It was confusing to me. I almost wanted to hide in my truck because I felt like an alien. And God said, as long as you seek me, as long as you walk with me, these are now your new eyes. So you better get used to it. And I said, man, I'm literally looking at people that the world has written off. Almost like they're leopards. The world has literally rejected them. And I'm looking at these people as if they were sweating out pure gold. And I was like, man, just because a person fails in one category of life doesn't mean they cannot succeed in the next category in life. And so many times we fail in one category in life and people just reject us and write us off like it's too late, it's over. Put her and him in that category with the failures. Let that be the second choice of people in life, because they failed. They lost their value. They're like the clearance, right? They're like the knockoff brand. But just because you fail in one category of life does not mean you're going to fail in every category of life. Brush the dirt off your shoulders, baby. There's more to life than just one category. As a man, you have a God-given duty, a birthright to fulfill the expectation of your manhood that has been thrusted upon you. Whether you like it or not, there is a mantle given to every man, and you have to start to wear it. We're the kings of this world, the leaders of this world, the providers of this world, and the builders of this world. The rulers of this world. What does that mean? That means there's other children out there that need you. There's women that need you. There's daughters that need you. There's elderly people that need you. There's good people who need your defense against the evil. There's so much responsibility in a man, and one lifetime is not good enough to complete it. That's why we have to have a son. We call that a succession. Something that you pass down. You see these companies that have been around for, it says, like this company been around, established in such and such. You're like, man, that's like 100 years ago. Who keeps running it? Somebody passed it down to a son, a cousin, a nephew, a daughter, a wife. Somebody was a man and said, I'm going to live this life to build something. I see you over there having fun. Fun ain't for me right now. I see you over there enjoying your youth. I'm going to invest my youth right now. I see you over there having the sex and the relationship and the bottles and the cars and the jet skis and all that mansion stuff. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to have that one day too. But I'm going to do it with righteousness and order. And there's going to be a difference. I like to use this example. If a man was given a Mercedes-Benz by his father, and a man like me came from the dirt bottom and worked and bought it, which man walks with his head up more high, with integrity, with respect that you cannot deny? The man who got it from the mud, not the man who got it from Christmas presents. I parked my Mercedes with that man's Mercedes. Who is the man who has more, just more out of everything in life? It's gonna be me, or the man who worked it from the bottom. There's certain things that rock bottom will teach you that the top can. Because the top is held on the foundation of the bottom. So if that son was born with it and I had to build it, you got to respect me. You feel what I'm saying? When something's given for free, you didn't pay nothing for it. I told my mother today, I said, my manhood was cost. I paid a cost for my blood. I got stories to tell people where I literally shed my blood. My manhood, I paid the price. It was nothing for free. There was nothing easy. There was nothing hard. I mean, it was nothing easy. Everything was hard. A lot of you men don't want to shed no type of tear, sweat, or blood for nothing. You want things easy. I saw a man living off a woman today at Panera Bread. It baffles me. It baffles me. How can you live with yourself? That'll put me in suicide, knowing that I am a bum. I don't even care that I'm a bum, and I'm a freeloading bum at that. That'll destroy my mind. Because all my life, I've been the provider. All my life, I've been the leader. All my life, I've been the big brother, or the big homie, or the OG, or whatever you want to call it. I've been the big man all my life. That's all I ever known. It's better to give than receive. How can you sit there and just receive every single day without it hurting your heart and soul? Just wanted to come on here and speak to the men. And, you know, for the women, you could translate that into womanhood, to live a life of purpose, to live a life of integrity and dignity and purity, to do something to aim towards significance, because anything opposite of significant is obscurity, and obscurity means forgotten. And who wants to be forgotten? But significant means that you're making an impartation on the world. You are impacting the world. You want to be an inspirational man? Or you want to be a man who took the easy route? Because the men who took the easy route, they get blown away by the memories of dust. You ever seen dust in the wind? And it's gone. You don't even care about it. Matter of fact, when the dust comes, you hide so you don't mess up your hair and your clothes and your eyes or your makeup. And then when the dust is gone, thank God. Thank God that dust is gone. You want to be a dust blowing in the wind type of man? Or you want to be a man when you leave, they sad that you left. There's a void that you left. They can't wait for you to come back to bless them with your presence, because you carry something. I was literally in Walmart today, and the way I move, the way I observe, the way I'm quick to, with accuracy, when I see things that need action immediately, people were acknowledging me. I'm not even from, I think I was in Virginia. I'm not even from Virginia. I'm having conversations in Walmart. Random people coming up to me. God bless you, sir. How you doing? I didn't even engage in conversation. But they could feel something different in me. And that goes for any human being. It's a choice. It's a choice to be great. It's a choice to be phenomenal. It's a choice to live a life saying, my duty of life is to help somebody. My duty of breathing is to inspire somebody. My duty to read these 10 books, to study 5 hours a day, whatever, is to teach somebody. It's a duty that I'm here for somebody. 8 billion people on the planet. It's like Pokemon. I'm gonna catch them all. I remember when the young people were out there in the streets literally trying to catch imaginary Pokemons. I'm too grown to play games, but damn, don't you want to catch real human beings? I ain't with the games. Don't you want to do something with your life? What kind of person you want to be? What kind of grown-up you want to be? We're getting older in numbers, but we're not getting older in maturity. So what does that leave some people? That's grown children. 30 and 40 or 25 and whatever, doing childlike lifestyles and behaviors. Like I said, man, my Puerto Rican friend, you know, with the Hennessy, trying to act cool. To me, you look like a child, no judgment. But one-on-one, when I speak to you, I gotta let you know, like, come on, man, that ain't manhood. That ain't, first of all, we're grown here. Scientifically proven. When you smoke, when you drink, when you eat bad food, you literally kill your sperm. You're working towards being sterile. You're gonna put your sperm that's polluted inside of a woman to pollute her egg, and now you can't even have 100% healthy babies. This goes deep, but we don't think like that. We'll do whatever the hell we want to do, pump my sperm in whoever the hell I feel like doing it, and so what about the baby? Same thing with women. You have an egg. You better stop the nonsense. The fast food, the smoking, the drinking, the pills. You have an egg. You know how many men and women can't have babies because they got sterile? Because they had all the chemicals? They ate all the bad food? This is a real life struggle right now. A lot of men and women can't have babies and they don't even know why. Then the doctor says, well, have you been smoking? Have you been drinking? Oh yeah, I used to party all day. Well, that's why. You have all these young men losing their hair, being bald. Cause you drinking, you smoking, and you filling your body up with all that pizza. Stop acting like you a victim in life. You a volunteer victim. You chose this. Our people perish for lack of knowledge. It ain't nobody's fault that you lack the knowledge. I got a $1,000 cell phone doing a Facebook Live video. You don't need no help. You need some discipline to look up the knowledge. You have Google. It's crazy. You gotta live a life that's worth something, man. Worth something. You get up in the morning, you do your hair, your makeup, you put your fitted on, your clothes on, you think you're all GQ, you think you're all cute, but on the inside, you're ugly. Your mind is empty. It's a tombstone in your mind. It's a sepulcher coming out your mouth. A sepulcher means a grave. Represents death. You speak nothing, you think nothing, you live for nothing, you stand for nothing. And when it comes down to fighting, you run like a coward because you ain't got no courage in you. And you wonder why the world is falling apart. You have children having children. Babies making babies. You don't even know how to be a woman, but now you're a mother. You don't even know how to be a man, but now you got her pregnant. What kind of life is this? I don't know what the hell happened to this world, but there has to be a change. And I'm only one man. And if every man thought like me and spoke like me and lived like me, maybe we'll have a momentum of positive energy, pushing a change. We say we want to change with our mouth, but as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. His mouth and mind says eat and drink, but his heart is not with him. It has to come from the heart. From the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And this is what I speak every day. Be a game changer. Don't be a game player. Be a game changer. There's nothing wrong with being a player, but make sure you play on the team who is a game changer. Because all the teams that exist right now, it ain't good enough for me. Because before I was born, the world was going down. And 28 years of my life, the world is going down. And every day we see the news, the world is going down. So all the games, I don't want to play on your game, on your team. I want to make my own team and be a game changer. I love you guys, man. God bless you guys. Hey, for the men, there's nothing greater than being a family man, a working man, or a man of God. And for the women, you could translate this video in your womanhood. There's nothing better than being a family woman, a working woman, and a woman of God. Live a life of purpose, or life is gonna live you out of your purpose. I don't know about you, but I lost so much in my short time on this earth. If I continue my pattern, I will be a bum and a nobody. I had to make a change. I had to make a decision. I hopped in a semi-truck. That was the only outlet I saw to get money, to be a business owner, and to get a breath of fresh air out here in the 48 states. I left my whole neighborhood. I left my family. I left my friends. I left everything. I spent 5 years with God one-on-one, and he's been making me a better man. If I didn't go down my path, you would not see me on this video. If I didn't go down this path of being isolated with God, focusing on nothing but my future and my dreams, I will not be the great man I am today. I will be a nobody. I will still be drinking. I will still be trying to get the girls. Everything I speak against, I will be that fool. I will still be with, different street people and street affiliations, and probably going to prison, but I had to make a change. There's nothing greater than a man of God, a working man, and a family man. And besides just being that, there's nothing greater than a man who made a firm obligation upon himself to help people change the world and leave the place with a little bit of glory where there was desolation. We're in the land of the desolate, but the Bible says that I want to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. And I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm obligated. I feel like everywhere I go, if I don't put a little bit of God's glory set in stone, man, I should just die. Why am I on this earth? Man, God, kill me right now. And I'm dead serious, because why am I on this earth if I'm not trying to put a little bit of God's glory set in stone, in place? Just like in the mall, when you walk in the mall and the Chinese people or the Japanese got the little toothpicks talking about free sample. And then when you taste it, you're like, man, I wasn't hungry, but now I'm hungry. Let me go get a plate. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. But how are they going to taste if you don't put some glory in place? I'm just giving out samples of God's glory. If you want the plate, you got to go pay the price and get it yourself. But they're not going to get it without getting the taste. And they're not going to taste it because they don't have the mind set up to go chase God. We're living in a godless world. Ain't nobody chasing God. Ain't nobody waking up in the morning saying, whoo, I'm just going to give my life to God today. It ain't happening. Don't you want to share the glory that God has shared with you? Are we this selfish? We should be a conduit. I'm nothing but a conduit. I'm a bypass. I'm a connection. When you touch me, you touch the Father. When you see me, you see the Father. When you talk to me, you hear the words of the Father. When we hang out, we have the fellowship of the Father. When I pray for you, I give you the blessings of the Father. I'm nothing but a conduit. I'm nothing but a bypass, baby. You turn on this faucet and the water runs. You turn on this hose and the water runs. I just want to be a conduit. You understand? Because I promise you, man, I'm going to end the video, but I promise you, the devil does not sleep. The devil doesn't live for what he's going to eat. The devil don't live for what's on Netflix. The devil don't live for who's going to make it to the playoffs or the championships or the Major League Baseball, whatever that game is called. The devil ain't living like us. The devil has one agenda: kill, steal, destroy. And he makes the employee of the month every month. He's the best. He's the best at what he does. He's the best at what he does. He cannot be stopped unless you have Jesus Christ. Let me say this correctly. He's the most powerful angel ever created. Not even Michael, the archangel, wanted to fight him. The reason why he stole a third of the angels, because he was in charge of a third of the angels. All they did was follow the general. He had command. You understand? And now he's on the earth and his target is us. This was the man who made music for God and had heaven sing the songs that he played for God. And that man is on earth. One of the greatest influences that God created, and that he's on earth attacking us. You better get on your game. And for the gentlemen and the ladies that think it's a game, you're going to hit game over. I'm serious. Live a life of purpose. Understand who you are. I've been on this series lately. Gift skills, and identity. Build my gift, sharpen my skills, and strengthen my identity. Because my gift makes room for me. The skills help me with my work, and my diligent work brings me in front of great kings. And my identity, where Satan attacks the most, influences of this strong society that's promoting darkness the most, attacks the mind. The devil comes through the ear. Christ came through the sheepfold. So we have to block our mind, because that's what he seduces us in the mind. So strengthen your identity. That means you could take a bullet of negative thoughts and bad dreams and bad situations, and no matter what shoots through your brain, it's like you got a bulletproof vest, man. And it's gonna hit, it's gonna hurt a little bit, but you take off the vest and that bullet's gone. That attack of the mind is gone. You know who you are, and there's nothing that could shake you off your throne. But you gotta make a decision, man. You gonna live your life and keep on wasting it, or you gonna live your life and you're gonna invest it? Because sooner or later, what you're going through, you're gonna have the answer to help somebody get through what you already been through. So your get through is to help somebody else get through. You understand? And if you don't think like that, I'll give you an example, then I'm gone. I was at Panera Bread, man. There was a woman. You could tell she's a single mother, because no woman will be out in public with 3 kids and one stroller all by herself. So she's trying to fight the door, right? She got one son tugging on her, mommy, let's go. She got a stroller and she had a baby in her arm. She's trying to fight, about to drop the baby and everything. Out of my peripherals, I'm ordering my food. I said, yo, let me go help this woman. See, I'm a strong man, so with one hand, I throw the door open and she walks right through graciously. At that moment, she learned the lesson. We can't do nothing alone. Nobody's independent, not a woman or a man. We depend on, you see that breath? We dependent on God. No one's independent. You depend on your job. I depend on my business. We depend on something. Food, water, showers, clothes. We depend on something. She learned something. You need somebody in your life. And I learned something. If I don't live my life thinking of others, nobody in Panera Bread gave a damn about her. There were strong men walking by her. There was men who had wives that should have felt some type of sympathy for her. There was employees that could have stopped, left the cash register, and helped her, because customers first, right? Customers first. Ain't nobody care. I had to care. I had to be the one. So there's a lot of work out here, but you got to live a life of purpose. God bless y'all.